Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana and this is what D does. In today's video, I am going to take you on a tour of my setup for One Book July. So every year I like to participate in One Book July, and this year's theme really stuck out to me as something I wanted to be a part of. This year it is tracking and routines, or habits and routines, something like that. And I have switched from my standard traveler's notebook, which I've been in for about 2 years now, very consistently, into a B6 size. So a little bit shorter, a little bit wider. This particular cover is from Chic Sparrow. It is in the Austin collection and the color is Darcy. So it is a beautiful, rich, almost like a cognac color. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and get started. So currently I just have 2 items in here. For One Book July, a lot of times you scale back your planning routine. You can either participate in just like the theme, which is the habits and the routines, or you can do the traditional, which is one book, one pen, or both, or one of the past One Book Julys, however you want to do it. That's one of the great things about this sort of challenge. For me, what my goal was is to really scale back my routine, my planning style, and figure out what really is it that I need to work on, concentrate on in my routine to kind of fine line it. Because in June, about the last 2 weeks of June, my planning really kind of went by the wayside, and I wanted to get back into the really functional planning, which is kind of how I started. I started off as a bullet journaler. I want to say back in like 2015 is how I got into the planner community, was with bullet journaling, and I was a consistent bullet journaler for at least 4 years. If you ever want to see what those flip throughs look like of those journals, I'll be happy to share them. I think I have about 9 bullet journals. I will have to double check, but I was very functional when it came to my planning, and that's something that I wanted to go back to, kind of back to my own roots. So I have one insert here that's a printable. So this is from Paper and Cats on Etsy. So it is the month on 2 pages plus the monthly tracker that is in collaboration with Ink and Perfection. This is kind of like a foundational piece within the planner community. I feel like everybody loves this, utilizes it. So grateful for those 2 ladies coming up with this this insert, and I've just set it up for July. So here is what my monthly looks like for July. I had some of these planning stickers for, I think they were a Happy Planner book, but they're just the numbers and the month, and I am utilizing a color code. So if you are familiar with my reference notebook, I had a really intense color code, and I pared it down quite a bit to where pink is appointments, yellow is miscellaneous, green is work and money, blue is for me, purple is for my partner, and then this gray color is for my cat. So this is how July is looking so far. Today is the 10th. So I've been in this for about a week. And then this is how the tracker is going. I'm not sure how I'm going to utilize this. I have yet to utilize this, but we'll see. I just have some habits that are really important to me on here that I want to really focus on and make foundational aspects of my everyday life, because that's the big thing whenever it comes to habit tracking, is what is it that we're wanting to bring into our lives? Why is it that we're making this a habit or wanting to make it a habit? So the number 1 is reading for me. If you're familiar with my channel, then you know that I have a reading journal that's a Hoping 2 weeks. I love it. I am in that thing every single day. It helps keep me motivated to continuously read. So reading is number 1 for me. Secondary is my Max meds. So this is actually my cat. I have a senior cat. He is diabetic, and he gets quite a few doses of medication a day. we're at about not just of insulin intake, but he has a secondary medication that he takes 3 times a day. Insulin is twice a day. So I need to stay on top of the times of when he gets those dosages so that I'm not falling behind and not doing what I'm supposed to do to help keep him healthy. My next habit I want to keep track of is my journaling. I do want to journal every single day, whether it's just sort of functional journaling where I'm just writing down what happened within my day, or more creative journaling like I did in my June setup, where it's very whimsical. There's a lot of vintage aspects to it. I want to get back into that because it's a fantastic creative outlet for me. Next is fasting. I do want to fast every day as much as I can. My skip days are Sundays. My boyfriend and I will go get IHOP for breakfast on Sunday. So I skip breakfast all week with a reward of IHOP on Sunday. But it's mainly to maintain body weight. I would love to, of course, lose some weight with that, but it's just keeping a balance. And I want to track the days that I do fast and am successful at it. Next is no spend. So the last couple months have been a little bit of a spending issue for me. I've been buying up things, spending a little bit more money than I should have. So like everybody, no spends are a good thing to happen. So I'm not off to a great start, but hopefully by the end of the month, it'll get a lot better. Lastly, I want to track what posts I am posting on Instagram. So prior to like mid-June, I was very consistent with posting on Instagram. And then in the middle of June, I had a couple of days that were just bad mental health for me. And it fell off the wagon, fell off the wayside, wasn't important. And I do want to get back into posting on Instagram every other day, as much as I feel up to it. So that's another habit that I want to keep track of. Then on this side, you get tasks for breaking down weekly, monthly, and then projects. So I want to get better at cleaning. So previously, I really didn't have a cleaning routine. I just cleaned something whenever it was dirty, which is great, but I want to be a little bit more regiment with it. So I want to make sure that the bathroom is getting cleaned weekly. We're getting fresh sheets every Saturday. We're mopping and vacuuming the floors consistently. When you have a long-haired cat, there's a lot of cat hair that has to get vacuumed up. I want to make sure I'm doing a budget review weekly so that I am staying on track with my spending and with my bills. And then the last one that I have on here is brush and trim my cat. So not only just brushing and trimming his nails, but when you have an elderly cat, and my cat's 16, they don't like to clean themselves anymore. So he gets a lot of mats. So I have to actually go in and cut out the mats that have developed, just so that they don't end up hurting his skin and, you know, injuring himself. And then next you have a spot for monthly tasks. Right now all I have is clean my car. I want to make sure I get my car cleaned out once a month. And then over on this side I have a tracker for my YouTube videos where I can write the title and then check it off whenever it's posted. Next is a list for projects. I don't really have any projects in the work, so we'll see what happens. And then you get a little blank space down here, I guess, for notes, or I mean, you can put washi tape there if you really want. But that is how this is set up for me. Like I said, I've only been in this for about a week, but I do really like having it. The next insert I have in here, it's really a notebook, is a B6 Stylogy. Now, I do have a request from the planner community. I am looking for a clear plastic cover to go over this. I don't want something that has any sort of decoration on it, so like none of the star jelly things. That's not my style. They're cute, they're adorable, but they're just not me. I'm really looking for just a clear plastic cover. If you know who sells them or recommends one, please leave a comment down below and I will go check them out. But like I said, this is a B6 Stylogy. So I'll just take you on a quick tour of this. I set it up very similar to like how I used to bullet journal. So of course I have an index, and then I have 1.5 spreads. Yeah, so this spread and then this page is just blank, so I can use it for whatever I want in the future. And then I have a cover page for July. After that, I go into my July memories where I want to write down every day a highlight that happened, something good that I can look back on. Next, I have my task list for July, and then I did allow myself a couple of pages for paycheck breakdowns. That way, whenever I get paid, I have a place that's already designated. I can kind of figure out that budget and how I'm going to do it. So I get paid 3 times in the month of July. Fantastic. Who doesn't like some extra money? And then we go into the dailies. So I wasn't really utilizing this for the first couple of days in July. I actually drove back home to St. Louis on Friday, so I really didn't have any need to use my planner. It's a 6-hour drive from Ohio to Missouri. I wasn't really doing any planning. Same thing, so I was in St. Louis this day, and this day I could probably journal about it, but I've already journaled about it in my actual journal, so I'm just not gonna duplicate that, no need. And then Monday was a full-blown like cleaning day for us, so we didn't do anything other than just clean the apartment all day. And then this is how my dailies are looking so far. I was playing around with the idea when it comes to talking about routines for July. All right, what type of routines do I want to create? What type of routines do I want to do? So I was thinking about tracking my time throughout the day to kind of figure out where I have time to place routines. So I put in a time tracker here. Next, I wanted to track my food. I wanted to get into that habit and make that a routine. Over here, I just have a task list, kind of bullet journal style, and then some journaling. This day, I skipped doing, actually both these days, I skipped the schedule tracker simply because it's not super needed in my life. Plus, it gets really difficult in the evenings, like staying on track of what I'm doing every 30 minutes or something like that. It's a little bit much. Like, I'm at home. Okay, I don't need to really be tracking so much. And then I'm not going to track anything work related in this. So I just put a green bar that represents I'm at work the whole day and I read on my lunch break. So tracking my cat's medicine, expenses, food tracking, tasks, and then some journaling. Same setup on this side. The only stickers that I really enjoy using all the time are my weather stickers. So I have those. I love tracking the weather. Here I decided to add back in the time bar, but obviously I didn't fill it out. I tried making this a little bit smaller habit or a task, and then some journaling. And then this is today. So I decided again, nix the time tracker. And then moving into tomorrow and Monday, I decided to get rid of the color. So that's the one thing that's great about almost bullet journal style planning or making your own planner is you can add things and subtract things as you need them. You can really make it your own, which there's no planner in the world that has both tracking money and tracking medication and tracking food intake and then your task list and journaling all on one page. So I really did miss the bullet journaling, so I wanted to get back into it to see if it was something that would be more beneficial than the way that I was previously planning in my standard traveler's notebook. Now I will say I'm going to keep track of my traveler's notebook. So this is my standard traveler's notebook. Will link it up above if you haven't seen a walkthrough of it. But I am going to keep this up to date simply because I have these inserts. I'm not going to let them just, run out without having them filled in. And then I do have the 4th quarter of 2021 in here as well. So I'm going to keep planning on keeping these up to date. Like I said, this is today. I have last week in here as well, keeping track of everything. That way, if I do decide I want to move back into this, it'll be an easy transition because I don't have to go back and, back plan, that sort of thing. It's already been updated. But I think that's it. This is my setup for One Book July. Kind of going back to basics, if you will, whenever it comes to my planning. But that is it for this setup and flip through. Again, this is my One Book July setup 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, go ahead, subscribe to my channel for more content. Leave a comment down below, like, and then follow me over on Instagram for more content. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.